How's it going, guys? Manny Vietes out here in front of Thomas & Mack Arena. Day 3 of the NBA Summer League has just finished, and today was a big day to say the least. We had 3 of our signees come here to the Thomas & Mack Arena and got introduced to the public and to the Sacramento faithful. It was Vince Carter, Zach Randolph, and George Hill. All of those interviews are on our YouTube channel, so make sure you guys go and check those out. We got some exclusive interviews with some of the guys, and we also got some of the actual press conference coverage. Actually, I think it's a 15-minute live video. So yeah, go and check those interviews out. Those guys are awesome. I spoke to Vince Carter for about 20 minutes today. That guy is a great guy. He's a great locker room guy. I'm so happy we have him back we have him in Sacramento, and I'm so glad that he didn't choose to go to the Warriors or just go ring chase. He wanted to actually come and lead a young team, and he kind of wanted to just take on a veteran leadership role rather than sit on the bench and coast like for say with the Warriors and go and get a ring. So I'm very happy that we have Vince Carter here in Sacramento, and same with Zach Randolph too. Today during the Kings game, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but during the Kings game, you saw Zach Randolph and Vince Carter on the bench with George Hill as well, and every single time out they would be standing up, going and talking to the guys, whether that be to De'Aaron or to Papa or to Scal. They were just very, very vocal in their face, telling them good things, telling them bad things. Even when there was bad calls, Vince Carter would stand up and run halfway down the court just to yell at the ref. And same thing with Zebo too. So that's definitely what we want to see out of our guys. That's what that's why Vlade brought him here. That's why they're here in Sacramento, because they want to have these young guys be led, and they want these guys to be led by someone who actually been there before. So it was great to see that in person. Great to see that especially tonight at a summer league game out of all things. They didn't have to be here. They didn't have to be doing that, and it just showed that they're veteran leaders. So that was great to see that. So moving on from that, today's game was quite disappointing to say the least. To start out. We got word about a couple hours before the game that Lonzo Ball wasn't going to be playing in tonight's game, and everyone wanted to see that rematch of Lonzo against De'Aaron Fox, that that Kentucky-UCLA rivalry that they created throughout the regular season during their last college basketball season. But I'm pretty sure that they said he was sitting out. Lonzo was sitting out for an apparent groin injury. But personally, I think that he didn't want to see our guy Fox, one more time before he takes the NBA court. So, so Lonzo sat out. A couple of the rookies for the Lakers sat out as well. But all of our rookies played. We saw Justin Jackson play. We saw De'Aaron Fox go out there and play, and Frank Mason, which Frank Mason was the best king on the floor tonight. And ultimately we ended up losing 95-92. It was not close at all for the first 2 quarters. It was about, I think the Lakers were up by 28 at some points during the game. It looked very, very bad out there. We couldn't even grab a rebound. There were some points where, it was, I think when the, I believe when the third quarter started, or maybe it was at the end of the second quarter, they were on like a 15-0 run. I think it was at the end of the second quarter. They just blew the game out. Coach March ended up having to put our bench in, probably like halfway through the second quarter. Scal and Papa didn't really see minutes coming into halftime, or even much in the third quarter. And then probably halfway through the third quarter, Coach March put in the bench, and the bench unit ended up getting the Kings back into the game, led by Frank Mason. And Frank Mason was out there just straight up hooping. He looked like old Frank Mason from Kansas, someone that we haven't seen the last couple of games. He basically was just in his element, because he wasn't getting the necessary touches. He wasn't getting the amount of ball handling, the amount of burn that he was usually getting at Kansas. And then now today, because the Kings were down by about 28 points at one point, so Fox was on the bench. Mason ended up getting most of the playing time, and he was feeling way more comfortable, especially down in like the late of the third quarter and late in the fourth quarter. It showed that he's ready for the moment as well. He had those first 2 games in the summer league were pretty off, but at the end of the day, this guy's a professional. He spent 4 years at Kansas, National Player of the Year last year. We can't really judge this guy too much off of the first 2 bad performances he had during the summer league. But tonight he comes out, shows out, scores I believe 25 points and 6 assists and 5 rebounds. So that's definitely what we need from our point guard, especially our third string point guard going into the regular season. We would have De'Aaron probably coming off the bench with George Hill. But seeing these flashes from our new guys is something that is very, very encouraging, especially for the Sacramento faithful. There was a lot of Kings fans here as well. There was also a guy in the crowd that said that had a shirt that, or had a sign that said Fox is Lonzo's scared of Fox. What the shirt say? Lonzo's. Lonzo fears Fox. So if you're watching, guy, that was a great sign. Come and say hi to us tomorrow.
So the first question is, what were your impressions of Mason in the second half?
So Mason in the second half, he was very he looked comfortable. Like I just talked about, the first 2 games he wasn't comfortable at all. He would come in here and there, get about 2 or 3 minutes here and there. But this game, it felt like he really established himself inside the game. Was playing long minutes at times, maybe 6 or 7 minutes, and the coach would take him out and put De'Aaron Fox back in. So that's what I just saw from the get-go. Guys like that, they need to get the burn, they need to get the playing time to actually feel the elements of the game and actually get themselves going. So it was good to see that out of him tonight.
Sam Marine said, "Man, please do this often, please. I love this so much." But someone else, Jason, said, "I like the game even though we lost. Buddy's shooting those threes, but needs to pass in certain times."
Buddy. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the end of the game, which you guys probably did, but Buddy was what kind of kept us in the game and what kind of brought us back. And I believe there was a stretch there where he hit 3 threes in a row, and those threes, I think we went up by 1 or even tied the game. So that's what you want out of your guy. We want that out of Buddy. We want him down the stretch taking the shots, especially with these young guys. He's a guy that's 2 years in, and we want him out there doing that. But yes, there is times where he kind of rushes shots, where he does a pump fake and dribbles one dribble in, and then will shoot like an ill-advised shot. But at the end of the day, it's summer league. He's probably been working on that, and when he goes back to Sacramento, that's what he's going to ultimately be doing for the Kings. So it's just good to see these guys working on new things, especially for Buddy. There's an airplane flying over us right now. So.
Next question is, are the Kings signing any more centers?
Centers, I'm not gonna say no because I honestly don't know right now. Free agency still continuing. There could be someone else that can come with the team, but personally, I would think no. I would think that we wouldn't sign somebody else because we brought Zach Randolph in, we got Scalabissiere, we have Willie Cauley-Stein, we have Costa Koufos, we have Papagiannis. We got to see where these young guys go. We got to see where these guys are. Out in the. We got to see how will they be able to be mentored by Zebo and these older guys that are on the Kings team. So yeah, we just got to see where where these leadership where these veterans take them, because at the end of the day, that's what we want. So.
Next question: should Cooley get a contract?
Cooley get a contract? I feel like he should. I feel like Cooley should get a decent sized contract, but he'll go down to the G League probably because there's just a plethora of power forwards and centers on this team right now. So we really don't need that right now. Especially on our A team. But if he were to come to the G League, improve a little bit and come to the Reno Bighorns, I would definitely love to see that myself.
Do you think Frank Mason will make it on the team after tonight?
Yeah. No, yeah, without a doubt. I would think, Frank Mason's going to for sure make it on the team after tonight. I feel like, I feel like the Kings are lacking that third ball handler. And, maybe when they play in Sacramento, he'll be dressed at every single home game because they'll need that third point guard out there. But maybe he'll spend some time in the G League. But I feel like he'll definitely see his role increase throughout the season, especially when they need him. And you never know when the Kings are going to need somebody. So he's going to be ready if his name's called upon. Why isn't Giles playing? Actually, that's a good question. When I was talking to Vlade Divac today, I asked him that, and then he said, we're not going to rush things with him. And that's the right answer. You don't want to rush some guy that he didn't perform that well at Duke, and he was a #1 high school recruit coming out, and everyone knows his potential, and no one wants to see him rush. No one wants to see him get hurt, especially out here in the summer league. We saw Markelle Fultz go down the other day. So no, yeah, you don't want these guys out here just exposing their bodies, especially when they're not 100%. And with Harry Giles, it's not the short-term goal; it's the long-term goal. At the end of the day, that's why the Kings traded that's why the Kings traded the 10th pick so they can grab Jackson, and they should grab Giles. So, Vlade's doing the right thing and just holding them back for a little bit.
Why isn't Malachi playing?
Malachi isn't playing because I believe he hurt his hamstring again. If it was a left, he hurt he re-aggravated the same hamstring that he had problems with at the end of last season. So that's why he's not playing right now. And that's another thing that Vlade said too. You don't want to put these guys out there, and it's just the summer league. So you don't want to like hurt yourself for the future, especially for the regular season. This is a rebuilding season. You have these veterans here, especially Vince Carter here for 1 year. You want to get the most out of him while he's here. So there's really no rush for Malachi to get go out there and play in the summer league games right now because we want to see Justin Jackson out there getting the most minutes as possible.
What should our starting lineup be next season?
Starting lineup for next season, I can see, it's going to be George Hill at the 1, obviously, and definitely Buddy Hield starting at the 2, and 3 is probably either going to be, I think it's going to be either George Temple or it's going to be Malachi, just depending on how well. I can see Vince. I can see Vince starting. He might start for the beginning of the season because. He might start for the beginning of the season just because we brought him in on an $8 million contract. Everyone wants to see Vince Carter in Sacramento. He'll probably start just to begin with, but I could see after the season starts progressing, maybe we put Malachi into a starting role, and then power forwards I see Costa Koufos and Willie Cauley-Stein. Hold on, or Zebo, definitely Zebo starting. So it would definitely be. I believe Scal wouldn't be starting right away after we see, he still needs some improvement from what we see today. But, Zebo would be starting. It's either going to be Zebo and Koufos or it's going to be Zebo and Willie Cauley-Stein.
Someone said, what's up with Scal? He looked amazing toward the end of the season.
No, yeah, I love Scal towards the end of the season. Scal was out there hooping. He was out there getting, he was, as soon as DeMarcus Cousins got traded, obviously the Kings needed, the big guys out there to go and produce. They needed the rebounds, they needed the bodies out there, and he was, he was called upon. He spent some time in the D League as well, and he worked his way back up. That's why I'm saying these guys like Frank Mason and these guys like that, their name's going to be called upon at some time during the regular season. So, Scal was hooping at the end of last season, and I could see him definitely having an increased role in like within the Kings this year. So it's still summer league, so you just gotta just wait and see what happens. So.
Do you think there'll be any trades?
Trades? Any new trades coming out? I believe the Kings are kind of set on their roster right now. I believe they're not going to be trading anybody. I believe that maybe during the regular season we'll see what's up. We'll see what happens. Maybe there's a contract or two that the Kings want to get rid of. You never really know. So. You just want to wait till the middle of the season to start making those predictions. I don't know if there's going to be any trades happening right now. If there's one that might be moved, if I were to throw one out there, it probably could be Costa Koufos. That's probably the only guy right now on our roster, or that probably doesn't that it's not really like a needed position right now, because we just brought Zebo in, and we want to see guys like Scalabissiere and Willie Cauley-Stein get more minutes and stuff like that. So that would probably be the only player on the Kings team right now that I see potentially getting traded.
How hot is it in Vegas? And someone else said this dude is smoking Bogdan starting.
Is Bogdan going to start?
They said you're smoking because they feel like he's going to start the season.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you say Bogdan's going to start the season? He might, but we haven't seen him yet, so we don't know. He's never played an NBA game before. He hoops overseas, and he's a great player overseas and all that. And, everyone sees his highlight footage, and but when you step on this NBA court, it's different. And I would have loved to see him out here in the summer league, but for reasons he can't be here. But we're just gonna have to see. Come training camp, we're gonna see him and Buddy and Malachi, all those guys compete. So I really don't know who's gonna start right now, but when it comes to training camp season, we're gonna have a better idea. So we'll see what happens with that.
Here the Falcon asks, should I get a Darren Fox jersey, Buddy Hield, or Scal jersey?
What? A Buddy Hield jersey, Scal jersey, or De'Aaron Fox jersey? All right. Personally, if I were you, I would get a De'Aaron Fox jersey without a doubt. This guy's the real deal, man. Like. I don't know what's up with all these Laker fans. They're all Lonzo Ball, dominant guys. Like, just right after the Kings game ended, Lonzo had an interview right in the concourse of the Thomas and Mack here, and there was literally probably 1,000 Lakers fans just ran towards him, and and then it's more of like a stardom thing, like rather than anything. So but Fox on the other hand, this guy is like the ultimate professional dude. Like, get his jersey without a doubt. He's like articulated. He's humble. That's the guy you want to be representing out there. So yeah, definitely go with De'Aaron Fox. But second, definitely Buddy. I love Buddy, and Scal's also good too. So you can't go wrong with all those guys, really.
Is Willie Cauley-Stein out of shape in the NBA?
Out of shape? I wouldn't say out of shape. Willie Cauley-Stein's not not out of shape. He probably like what guy doesn't need to put on some more weight and put on some more muscle? That's basically with any guys right now in the NBA. So, but Willie Cauley-Stein is definitely slimmed down a little bit. But you saw during the end of last season though, Willie Cauley-Stein has definitely improved. Especially down in the paint. Especially when DeMarcus left, we had a full exhibition of Willie Cauley-Stein's game, and this basically like a new version of Cauley-Stein just got produced. Really, he was out there scoring baskets, scoring 10, 11, 12 points a game, rebounds, and that's the biggest thing with him is rebounding. And I wouldn't say he's unconditioned, but he's not as coordinated as he could be. Especially when he gets a rebound, he comes down. Sometimes he doesn't know where to go. Or then it goes with all the Kings centers though, with that uncoordination thing. Willie Cauley-Stein is just he's probably the better one out of them. But Scal will go up tonight, grab a rebound, or Papa will go up and try to grab a rebound. They'll get their hands on some of the balls, but then, they won't be able to bring them down. So, that's a big thing. It's just positioning, and that's what Zebo is going to teach these guys. So.
Someone said I'm hungry a lot.
Okay.
But yeah.
I don't know what you guys are saying. I hope you guys are saying some real nice questions about me and saying some nice things in the comments, because all my friends over here are laughing. So.
They said, "Darn you planes."
Oh yeah, no, yeah. These planes this arena is literally less than a mile from the airport here in Las Vegas. So there's literally a plane flying over every 10 seconds. So I'm sorry about that.
So before we end the show, do you want any final thoughts and shout outs to sponsors?
Shout out to sponsors. Yeah, man. We got our two great sponsors out there. We got Valley Tire Center. Go and check them out, Sacramento. You guys can go check them out on their Instagram and then on their website as well. And then we have our second sponsor, hoopcats.com. They sell the best trading cards, signed memorabilia, all that type of stuff. So go and check those guys out too. They're huge in Sac as well. So what are you laughing out there, Leo? What are you saying, bro?
So any final thoughts in preparation for the playoffs, because that's what's next, correct?
Final thoughts of preparation to the playoffs?
Well, they're going to be a low seed.
Oh, in here? Oh, for the Summer League. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I hope that the Kings don't sit anybody, because that's a trend coming here in the Summer League. Players are getting sat, like Lonzo and half the Lakers team got sat tonight, and they still won. But and Markelle got sat, Donovan Mitchell got sat the other day. So, I wouldn't be disappointed if De'Aaron and Fox get sat and those guys, because there's they don't want these guys to get injured. But I don't have no expectations of these guys to go and win a playoffs, because that's just how the Summer League works. So if these guys are out here laughing, but it's a great time over here at the NBA Summer League. I hope you guys have some great questions. Any more great questions you guys can ask? I'm good. I don't know. You guys just keep laughing, so I'm just gonna keep going. So.